Hey everybody, it's Beauty Queen and welcome back to my channel. I asked you guys for a while now to send me questions about being a high school dropout, and I've compiled 15 questions and I will be answering them in this video. Alright, so the people, if they didn't want to be anonymous, their name is going to be on the screen. Some of them are YouTubers. If they're YouTubers, I'll have their names and their links to their channel in the description if you want to check them out. But let's get straight in. So, question number 1 is, how long have you been dropped out for? So, I've been dropped out a month now. I dropped out beginning of July. The first couple of days of July, but I was officially, I dropped out on my birthday, but I was officially dropped out as of the 1st of July. My dog's now barking. Hasn't barked all day. Interesting. But as you know, it's the 2nd of August, if you're watching this the day it's uploaded. Did you find it hard to make friends? Oh, do you find it hard to make friends? No and yes. I don't like having friends, full stop. I do like having friends, but I've never been good with making friends. And really, Chelsea, I'm always too busy to have friends, really. I have like 2 friends, but yeah, I do, but it's not because of being a high school dropout that I find it hard. It's just a personal thing. Number 3, which is the first person who didn't want to be anonymous, is, what have you found to be the biggest struggle since dropping out? And that was asked by Jason. What has been the biggest struggle? I think the biggest struggle has been trying to work out what to do. I know what I want to do future-wise, career-wise, and all of that, but having gone from regular school to being in health school to being through health school, online school, to now being fully dropped out, like, my days are just getting more and more like opportunity-wise filled out, and I never know what to do. Half the day I just lay in bed because I'm kind of confused, or I'm like just working, and then I'm cleaning. Like, that's my day, and I think that's my biggest struggles. I don't know what to do with my hours that I have. Number 4, has being a high school dropout ever been an insecurity of yours? And that is a question by Irma. No, it's not an insecurity of mine. I've been wanting to drop out for a long time, and I was very prepared. Number 5, what are your plans now that you dropped out? And that was a question from me, you, and Europe too. What are my plans? So I'm guessing you mean like career-wise and all of that. So I'm going to continue with my writing, continue with my YouTube, continue with my business, and I don't know what else. I'm just going to take every day as it comes until I work out if there's another thing I want to add to my king caboodle. Number 6, what are your reasons why you dropped out? And that is a question by the Northern guy. So, what are the reasons? I have a lot of reasons, and I have gone over this kind of in a non-long way, and I'll still try and do that because I don't want this video to be too long. But the reasons I dropped out, and I think a lot of students drop out for this reason, is not liking school. I didn't hate school. I loved my classes, you know. I was a very big English geek, and I very much loved going into math. I hate PE, but I feel like that just comes with me being too sore all the time and always being injury prone. Some kids drop out because of illness. That was my biggest one, was my illness. Some drop out from bullying, which was also one of my reasons from a while back, and I still do, even though I still do get bullied because of being in the spotlight online. It's like, through my schooling, when I was in public school, it was extremely bad, and I always knew I was going to drop out because of that. Number 7, do you feel like you were benefiting more from dropping out than you would have been staying in school? And why? And the name for that person is Everett. I can't speak, that's why I've got them coming up on the screen. So do I feel like I'm benefiting more from dropping out? I think mentally, yes. Because my dog's barking over me. That's fun. For me, my mental health through my whole schooling was always down. And since dropping out, I don't know, I don't know if it's because like my medications for my illness causes depression. Then when I'm in a really bad situation with like being bullied and everything, then of course that makes everything 10 times worse. And I can now just relax at home, and my mental health, I know, has gotten a lot better since. And I have swapped like medications, but still even when I was on those medications during my schoolwork, I was still depressed. And after I was able to go, I don't have to do this anymore, I don't have to worry about deadlines, I don't have to worry about this, I feel like a weight was lifted off my shoulders and I feel so much better. But do I think I'm benefiting more on a financial level? At the moment, no, because I don't get paid for any of the stuff I do other than my business. But only time will tell if I make more money than if I stayed in school. But I always knew I was not going to stay in school, so I really shouldn't be comparing it to that. Number 8, how has your life as a YouTuber changed since dropping out? And that is by Ripper Official. I had more time. When I was in public school, I didn't have a lot of time. I would wake up early, and I was working as well, at least at one of my schools. So I'd wake up in the morning, I would go to school. I would then come home from school, get changed into my work gear, go out and work, get home about like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, do my schoolwork, and then on weekends I'd be working the whole time, so I didn't get any personal time. So I didn't really get time for my YouTube, and at different schools I've had the same thing, but even when I wasn't working. But when I was homeschooled, I had more time obviously, but I was so exhausted from my work because you have to actually have a different kind of motivation to work at home than at school, and it's a lot more draining, and at least it was for me. And I know my life as a YouTuber has changed so much because I have more time to film, I have more time to make sure my CEO of my videos is better, and I've been noticing great success with my videos now than compared to when I was doing stuff. Number 9, why did you drop out of high school? Are you looking to pursue YouTube full time, or was it for a different reason? And there's by Holly Griffins. I did not drop out of high school to pursue YouTube full time. While I feel like it would be nice to have YouTube as a full-time job, that was not my reason. I have health conditions. I have endometriosis. I actually said it for once. If you want to hear about my disease, for me, it's like up there. It's not really a disease, it's an illness, but it's a chronic illness, so yeah. Bullying, what else? I can think of so many reasons why I did it, and I can't think of the main one because it was a bunch of things from when I first started school, like right at the beginning, all the way through to when I dropped out. It was like little things building on top of little things, building little things to make this huge thing, which made it. I knew from about year 5 that I was going to drop out though because of bullying, because I've been really badly bullied throughout my whole schooling. Number 10, what do you think would be different in your life right now if you didn't drop out of high school? And that's by MJ and EA. I know I just said that wrong, but that's how I could say it. What do I think would be different? I know I'd be in class right now. As I'm filming this, I'd be in class. I would not be sitting here filming. I would, if I didn't drop out of high school, I would still be doing it online, so I would maybe have been done. No, I would just be starting schoolwork. Never mind. But I'd also be getting ready for and filling out my exam paperwork because online schools exams are different. What else? I'd still be really depressed. Yeah, that's what would be different. Okay, what was the reaction of parents? This is question 11 by Yina Gallina. Sorry if I'm slaughtering your guys' names. My dad doesn't have a role in my decisions at life. I want to put that out there. My dad does no part of my life. He is semi a part of my life, but not enough that something like if I got a new tattoo, or if I got a new piercing, if I dropped out of school, like any of that, like he doesn't really get a say in that. So straight away he was out. So focusing on my main parents then would be my mum, and she is the only parent who would have a say. And as much as she didn't want me to, she knew from when I was young that this would probably happen. And she was actually the one, the day I dropped out, I didn't go in. I stayed in bed asleep. My mum came home, woke me up, and was like, hey, you officially dropped out. Like, she was the one who went and did all the paperwork for me. I just lay in bed to sleep because I had a cold. We had a deal. Me and my mum had a deal because she was very up in the air about it. So we made a deal. I have until I'm 18 to make money off my YouTube, my writing, my business, enough to support myself without her. If I can, I have to go back to school. Which is fine because I knew I was going back to school eventually, just not high school. I was going to go through and do some courses. I want to get my beautician's license, my mental health license, amongst other things. So I knew I was going back anyway. But basically what we decided was if I do not make enough money from my YouTube, my writing and my business to support myself, I would, when I turn 18, go back onto online school as an adult student until I'm 21. Then I'll go through my courses and then, yeah. And then mum will still support me. Mum is paying and supporting me as long as I'm, up until I'm 18, after 18, if I'm not making enough money for myself, I have to be in school for her to support me. That's basically the gist of that story. Number 12, what were the circumstances in your life that led to the decision, and did this decision help you improve your circumstances by the Hattersons? So as I've said in a couple of other things, the circumstances can't really be changed. My mental health has changed, which is amazing. For once in my life, I feel a lot more freer. Bullying side, not so much because I have my YouTube, but it has lessened up a lot more. My health condition will never lessen. Like, no matter what, that will never really improve. Like, even with surgery, that's a lifetime condition I'm going to have for the rest of my life, as painful as it is. So I can't exactly improve my circumstances in that situation. So number 13, how much support did you receive from your friends and family? And that is from Kayla Brew TV. As I said, I really don't have friends. My best friend is dead, so she didn't really get a say, but she knew I was going to anyway when she was still alive, and she would have supported me. My bestest friend that is still alive, it lives literally not far from me, and she's jealous. She's a lot younger than me, and she's jealous that I left and she hasn't, but she supports me, and my mum supports me, and my grandparents support me as much as my grandma wanted me to stay in school. She still supports me, and so does my granddad. Number 14, are you planning to go to university? And this question is from Michael. Am I planning to go to university? No. University from when I was year 8. From when I was about 11 or 12, university was out of the picture. So when I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a teacher. I was going to have to go to university. And when my endometriosis started picking up, I didn't want to do that. And then I had the crazy idea that I wanted to go and try and get a scholarship to Harvard Law School. Don't know where that came from, and that was obviously university, and I was obviously wanting to go there. And then my endometriosis picked up more, and then I realised I was never going to university. There was just no way about it. But I will be going to, like, I guess the American's equivalent of community college, even though it's not. It's like SIT, like that sort of stuff. That's how I'm getting my courses done. Number 15, which is the final question, is by Leon Lamb, and how can I, teacher, so he's a teacher, best support students who have decided to drop out in high school? Well, you could talk to your students that have decided and confronted you and saying, hey, yes, I want to drop out, and ask why. Is there anything that you could do to help other students not follow in their path? Is there anything you can do to help them, like, transition-wise? Maybe they want to, instead of actually dropping out, just lessen the school load. And I don't know if that at the school you as a high school do have that, but I know some high schools you can lessen the workload. I think it's just more the fact saying, you know what, I understand you want to leave, and as long as you're 100% sure that is fine, and help them get their GED. In New Zealand, we don't have GEDs, so in America and like England and stuff, that you should help them get their GED, so at least they have some qualification. I dropped down of NTA level 1. I don't have any qualification. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel and this video, and hit that notification bell. My endometriosis playlist is up in the cards, as well as a day in the life of a high school dropout, and a bunch of my other videos that I'm very keen to show you guys that sort of relate to this video. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, since I upload every single day at 1 PM New Zealand Standard Time, and I will see you in the comment section.